we're going to move into the rundown. And the rundown is the part of the podcast where we're going to run through a couple of things. And it's things that we didn't want to spend too much time on, but they were just too good to overlook.
I'm on my second Castle Light, for those who are curious.
Okay, and how's that going?
I don't like the taste of this thing.
So it's tough.
Guys, when Soul Brother says
yeah,
like, do you think that drinking beer is peer pressure? I think beer drinkers is really peer pressure. There is absolutely no reason why people are finding this stuff enjoyable.
Bruh, and Owens will be knocking away 6 items, bruh, 12 items, 18 items.
It's just peer pressure that went too far.
Yeah. Nah, like you can't just again. Who listen to this podcast and drink beer all the time? Feel free to add us and let us know. And don't try to be a bit what can I say, academic about your points. Don't come with your because you're a man you drink. No, that's not good enough. Zifuna a well thought out argument as to why beer is that girl.
I already know Fox Fox will be in the comments.
Obvious, you know Fox. But anyway, in terms of the first part of the rundown, Sena has a problem with me wearing AirPods, and I just don't understand why. What's your problem, bro?
Why do you wear them everywhere?
Because that's what they're for. They're so
Are they not
efficient.
Are they not for hearing and like listening to music, taking calls and stuff?
Anything and everything. Obviously, yes, listening to music is one of the functions. Taking calls is another one of the functions. But like, you know, if you don't if you're in a loud environment, or you're not wanting to pick up, or you don't hear your phone, for example, if your phone doesn't have a vibrate function, or you don't like the vibrate function, then you just hear notifications as they come in. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I have different tones for different apps where I know, okay, this is Instagram. I don't need to check that right now. Oh, okay, cool. This is a personal message on WhatsApp. It's not a group text. Like, let me probably check that. If it's a group text, I ignore that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much. And again,
Tabo, you wore your AirPods to groove.
Yeah, because I don't feel. Also, I only put on one. If I'm out and about, I only put on one, not both. Right. Point number 2 is, they literally, you don't even feel them. I don't feel any disturbance in the force. Like, they're just so natural. They're just so amazing. Like, that's the one thing. Apple could charge $1,000 for these AirPods, and I would happily buy them. Like,
you're wearing AirPods like earrings.
Yeah, pretty much. They're masculine earrings. I'll say that. They're amazing. Shout out to Apple.
Here's my thing, right?
I will be a brand ambassador for AirPods any day.
Whenever I see someone wearing any form of listening device, be it headphones, earphones, AirPods, I assume you're listening to something. Why
are you assuming?
Because that is the purpose. That's what they intended
for.
That's
not the purpose.
And that's what 90% of the population uses listening devices for, to listen to something. So I assume you're listening to music, or you're taking a call. And what always sort of fascinates me is that if you had normal earphones, would you wear them everywhere?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. But because it's AirPods, you just carry them everywhere.
Yeah, because they're wireless. And again, this is where
I have wireless earphones too. I don't go around wearing them.
Yeah, but again, I've had wireless headphones and wireless earphones, which look ghetto because they still have the strap on your neck. Like, you know, no. AirPods, majestic. Like, just they don't block any hearing. Like, they're just amazing. Like, Apple got it 110% right. I'm not even upgrading to the new ones, because I think the new ones, they have the rubber tips, and you know, now that's gonna disturb my flow, because now, you know, I can't keep it in there, because, you know, now I have to use it if I'm listening to something or if I'm on a call. But these ones, the first ones that they made, absolutely amazing. Like, they just send out weightless. You know, it's now I don't have to pick up my phone.
I get all of
if
that.
the phone rings.
No, I understand all of that, right? But it's like, my G, like there's on a date at Groove, take them
Yeah.
off. There's no need to have them on.
I fully walked into meetings with my AirPods on, bro.
So now we must
Like,
all just assume that you're listening to something else.
But why are you assuming I'm listening to something?
Because
Like,
that's the
don't-
general assumption.
No. Then that's your problem.
Because-
That's not my problem. If you're going to assume I'm
No,
listening to
but
something,
it's not
then
not
that's
my problem, right? But ultimately, no, it's not my problem. But whenever someone has a listening device, be it headphones, earphones,
Mm-hmm.
anything, historically, everyone has assumed they're listening to something.
And you guys need to free your shackles from such shallow thinking. You have to understand, like, it's like an on and off. AirPods have like an on and off function that you don't see, right? If nothing is happening, if I'm not listening to anything, if I'm not on my phone or whatever, the AirPod is essentially off. It is not disrupting anything in terms of what I'm doing, right? And then should I receive a call, then I literally tap my watch, answer the call, and I go. Or if I need to speak to Siri, have her set a reminder for something, or if I need to ask Siri something, double tap the AirPod, there you go. I have access to Siri. It's just so efficient.
But you know what? How it comes across to the rest of us,
Mm.
non-AirPod wearing people.
Jealous.
No, not jealousy, but
It's jealous.
It comes across as if you just want to show us that you have AirPods. No, literally.
And guys, AirPods are not that expensive that people would go to that extent.
Dog,
Like
they
they
are
are
3,000 rands.
no. Actually, I saw a deal today. They
3,000
for
rand.
2,000 rand.
2,000 to 3,000 rand for earphones. I would think once, twice,
That's
three
just
times
what? That's
before making that
$500.
purchase.
Nah, come on.
Just $500, Tabo.
It's not bad.
That's big money.
It's really not bad.
From a value perspective,
It's worth it.
because in the market
From a
there's
value perspective.
Because in the market there's other alternatives which can do a job, right? You can listen to good music, like JBL and Skull Candy have nice earphones if you want to listen to music. The ones I use at gym are wireless, but they're Skull Candy earphones. They work very well. I love them. Cost me less than $500 or around about 500 rands. Now, with AirPods, there's this Apple thing which Apple users always feel like they need to tell us that I have this really cool, expensive Apple device.
I think this is now you guys showing your insecurity.
It's not an
Where
insecurity.
It's like
yes, it is. It's like
because
if I stop calling my phone a phone and calling it an
Yes.
iPhone, and then I start saying iPhone this version, it's literally just me saying to the world, "Hi guys, this is." It just comes across that way.
This is how I know that I'm right. Because, like, again, this is y'all's problem. At the end of the day, if you feel like, right, if I have my AirPods in all the time, this guy just wants to show us that he has AirPods.
Especially if you're not
Like I
listening to
said.
something. If they're just there in your
Yeah.
ear, they're not earrings, Tabo. They're
But they're there for a purpose. They're doing a job. At the end of the day, for me, they're making my life more efficient. At the end of the day, I don't want to keep picking up my phone. Right? It's the same way like the Apple Watch makes your life.
Wait.
efficient. I'm
So
always
then-
wearing
so
it.
then your phone-
I'm always
so
wearing
then-
my Apple Watch. No one is pointing it out.
your AirPods beep, and then what happens?
Then I know what application on my phone dinged.
All
right.
right. Then you
it's
do
like
what?
Okay. I make a decision. Like I said, if it's a text from
then
a
when
group
you
chat,
make when you
I'm
make
not picking up
when
my
you
phone.
make the decision,
If it's then I pick up my phone, is it? And I do whatever I wanted to do.
you can just pick up your phone anyways. Okay, maybe because I have
No.
notifications off, so I don't get any notifications on my phone, only except for
Okay.
emails.
Yeah, so that's you. For me, I have a lot of almost all my notifications on except for my work email. That I make sure Utikona, like I know. So if it's something, I know specific tones for specific apps or whatever. So I will know whether or not I need to pick up my phone, and then if I need to, I'll pick it up or do whatever I need to do. Right? It just makes life easier at the end, which is what they were meant for. They were not just listening devices.
They've-
You know,
okay.
like I said,
Outside
if you
looking
double
in.
tap, you access Siri and you use Siri for a bunch of other things.
Outside
right?
looking
just
in.
double tap your AirPod and you have Siri. So it's like there's a lot of functions to it.
Outside looking in, they're very socially awkward.
No, they're not.
I think they are. I think they're
Okay,
very
you
socially
know what? I'll give you
awkward.
that. So depending on because then it's what Senna thinks as well. If we're talking socially awkward, okay, fair enough. They're socially awkward, but I'm reform along.
No, like
again,
a guy walking down the street wearing AirPods. I'm not thinking anything, right? I see he's wearing AirPods. Angmazi, he's probably listening to music. That's what I'm thinking, right? But if
Okay.
says clearly at dinner, and you have your AirPods on, now I'm like, this guy listening to me. He's listening to music. What's going on?
don't overthink this.
That's the social awkwardity of it.
Oh, hey, I get the social awkwardity. Yeah.
I don't even think that's a word, to be honest.
I don't think that's a word, fam. I really don't.
But I use it all the
anyway.
time.
Wow, say that. So how how often are you talking about social awkwardity?
I don't know. I think my sister's the one who introduced me to the word. And then we've just been using it. Oh, look, it is a word.
Awkwardity. Really?
Awkwardity, slang.
Yeah, so slang
For
really
awkward.
doesn't count. Anyway, Mr. Moyo, guys, AirPods are it. Mtogo, jump into the comments, jump on Twitter, let people know, unlock your account firstly. Let people know that AirPods are just efficient
Guys,
at the end. Like again,
Tabo was a groove dancing with
if
an
it's something
AirPod
important,
in his ear. I was like, Matum.
because I didn't feel it. You know what? I saw it on camera and I was like, oh,
Didn't it not look a
I
bit
didn't even know.
offish?
No, it didn't look off to me. But I noticed. I was like, oh, okay, I had my AirPod in. But like, I don't care. Like, to me, it doesn't, it's as, like, literally, like you said, it's not an earring. To me, it's as good as an earring, right? It's as good as a chain at the end of the day. It's a chain that does something. It's literally that. Imagine if they made chains with chains and speakers and whatever. Like, it's that too.
Yeah, but chains play an aesthetic function. They
So
have
you're
an
saying
aesthetic
that
role.
AirPods are not aesthetically pleasing. That's what you're saying.
They're not intended to be aesthetically pleasing. So when you're using them aesthetically, it looks weird.
Okay.
They're
Alright,
intended
fair
to be a
enough.
functional thing.
I will listen to that argument. I will live with that argument.
But we must hear what the
I will
people must
accept.
say.
Yeah.
I think those who own AirPods should also come and they'll tell us. What you
Those
guys.
who own AirPods, buy some AirPods. Is like I said, they're not that, and it's not even about buying AirPods specifically. There's off-brand
Problem is that you
AirPods
think
that you
you
can
think
buy.
me I have mine.
that look exactly like AirPods, and they'll cost you probably like $50 or $100. They're there, right? I know people that have those, and you can still use them exactly this. Obviously, I don't think you can access Siri or a couple other things, but like you can still use them. Majority the same reasons I would use mine, they would still do the same job. And I would be like, hey, listen, the reason why they're that way and they're wireless allows you to do that. Because obviously, like you said, there's no way I'd be at Groove. Although one of my boys, when we were booting in Toronto, he had his earphones in. But I think it was just because he was too lit. But he just had his earphones in and he was just sitting there. And I was so shocked. Like, I took a picture of him. And it was the white earphones with the cords. It was just, it looked awkward. They have everything that you're saying now about the AirPods. That's exactly what it looked like to me. Because I was like, dog, we're at Groove. Why do you have your earphones in? But it was on a bad trip. So, that's a different story. But anyway, Mr. Moyo, okay, noted with thanks. Guys, give us your 2 cents about this AirPods Ndaba. The next thing that I wanted to touch on is we've both been watching a series. I think I'm about halfway through it, called How to Become a Tyrant on Netflix. I saw you post about it, so I was like, oh yeah, let me check that out. And yeah, I'm learning a lot. There's other things that I do. I felt the first episode about Hitler and stuff like that, I felt like a boss because I literally knew everything that they were talking about.
From
the
history.
dates, the names, all that shit. I was like, shout out to Comrade, Jay Spanda, so and the Lanky Spanda as well. I love history because it's always a good story. The reason it's in history is because it's a good
It
story.
was my favorite
you know?
subject in school.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. It's like it's dated gossip, bro. Like that's what it is. So it's again, if you're into that kind of stuff, excellent, excellent. 10 out of 10 Netflix documentary. What are your quick thoughts on that?
I thought Hitler was bad, right? But I realized that the West has made Hitler seem like he was the worst person to ever live. Then I actually went through it, and I'm like, some of them man there were serious dictators, bruh.
Yeah,
Like
all of them.
I don't
are
even
bad,
think-
but yeah, some of them are level.
some of them are level. Like I don't think Hitler ranks as highly as Western media would like to have us think. He was terrible, yes. I don't think he's as high as we're made to believe. Dog, Idi Amin.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bro, like I'd read all the stories. But Idi Amin Dada was on another level. Like there's even rumors of cannibalism, killing his political opponents, killing his anyone who opposed him. He sent Indians away from the country just because he felt like it's got Mugabe vibes in the way he approached things. And then you also have,
especially when he tortured them, and then the economy went to shit. I was like,
It sounds a bit familiar,
yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah, look, it sounds familiar.
Saddam Hussein was on another level. Like,
yeah, no, that man was wild.
Saddam was wild, bro.
I didn't know how much. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about Saddam. Like I knew,
Yeah.
but there was so. I was like, yo, this nigga was wild.
He was
Like the
wildin'.
fact that there was one of his loudest critics who, when he rose to power, seeked spoilers. So yes, went to the UK seeking asylum, which he got asylum, and Saddam sent goons to kill the guy.
Bro,
Sent goons, and they got the job done. And that's wild to me. I'm like, and then the whole item in the hall where there were people who were complaining, hey, Saddam Gwatintini, when he was still new to this dictator thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got the list of all the ones who were chatting shit. And he came up front, what he writes, the following people
Magunyo
stand
ones.
stand up outside.
Bro.
And it was a lot. And then who did he get to kill? Oh yeah. So some people were sentenced to death, and then others were sentenced to a prison sentence. The ones who were sentenced to a prison sentence were made to kill the ones who were sentenced to death.
Bro.
Like, what? And these are people that supported you. These are people that you had made, connections with and networked with, and it's just like,
Didn't he force
was not fucking
Didn't he
around.
force another group of them to kill each other?
Yeah, those are the ones.
No, but like to kill each other. Like
Yeah, you were paid. The ones who were sentenced to death.
yeah, like if me, you and
right?
Togo are sentenced to die, all of us, and then we must kill
Yeah.
each other. Such that we all end up
it
dead.
was it was the others who were. So if it was, for example, you, me, and Togo, right?
Yeah.
Me and you are sentenced to death. Togo is sentenced to a prison sentence, right?
So you must come and kill us.
Togo had to kill us.
Okay.
So that's what happened, and that I was like, yo, this is madness,
Bro.
Like it was, and then I liked the fact that they were breaking down. So essentially, it's breaking down how how to become a tyrant, like the title says, and how these guys went about getting loyalty. They talked about brand. How Hitler had a brand, the swastika, the flag, everything, like the uniform. Like all these different things and components that you need to indoctrinate people to extremism.
It's like a standard
and have
approach.
them love you for it. The fact that was it Goebbels who poisoned his family when Hitler went down? Or said, I can't live a life without Hitler.
Damn.
One of his most loyal lieutenants. Yeah, poisoned his kids first. Poisoned the wife. Poisoned himself. They all died because they said, there's no way we live in a world without Hitler. Agwins. And it's
He
just
really
and
bought
you said
into
with
it.
Idi Amin. It's a lot. Like the things that these guys did and the fact that they were loved. That's the thing that's killing me, bro. Like
That's supporting
people
in huge
will ride
quarters.
and die for these oaths.
Like even to
You
this
know?
day, they did one. They profiled Stalin as well. Like to this day, Stalin is very popular in Russia. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
think his reign wasn't all bad. I'm just there like, yo, guys. Gaddafi, same thing. Like he was a dictator. Didn't he kill his son-in-laws?
No, that was Saddam. He got their wives to snitch and then he made them divorce. He forced them to divorce them.
And then he
signed
killed them
papers
afterwards.
divorcing. And then he sent his sons to then go and do the job, kill those. So yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. Apologies if we spoiled it for you, but again, this is history,
so
guys.
I mean, it's
it's stuff that you should know. But again, there's a lot that we didn't mention, and if you're one of those people, you'll absolutely love it. I was like, wow, amazing, absolutely amazing. There's another one actually that I wanted to watch. I forget what it's called, but it's a social media thing. I'm into how
Okay.
these companies are manipulating our data.
oh, the thing. What's it called? The hack. What's it called?
I think
The
so.
big hack.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know.
Something like that.
Something along those lines. But anyway, have you been peeping on social media? There's this noisy boyfriend test that has been trending.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
That was hilarious, bro.
That was funny.
That was-
Are you a nosy boyfriend, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think.
of
I mean,
course.
obviously, I wouldn't go to the extent of what this one guy was like. Yo, babe, who is it? And obviously, she's ignoring him. He goes to the bedroom,
Gets
grabs
his
the
AirPods.
and gives
Sounds
her one.
sounds like you.
And I was like, you know what? Hey, that is efficient as hell. But the thing, I couldn't do that because then I'd probably burst out laughing, and then now, I've compromised my woman.
Now it's
and
awkward.
so we end up. Yeah, I'd much rather, keep it chill. I don't present as a nosy individual, right? I know how to keep my calm. I know how to act. So after she's off the phone, they're like, because again, she doesn't need, you know what I mean? Like, hands don't need too much. You know what I mean? So all I do is essentially I just keep the door unlocked, right? Like, it's not. I don't need to. Hey, the door's wide open. No.
Babe,
Just
you
unlock the
will
door.
not believe what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah. So like sometimes she won't say anything, and then I'll just be like, "Yo, so who are you talking to?" Then it's then all I do is just ask questions here and there, bitch, and I'll just chat to keep the conversation flowing, and you get all the tea. And obviously, niggas are wild. I don't even know who these people are, but I'm just like, yay! And yeah, so that one absolutely, like, hey, listen, like, hands of stories, and you're lying if you're saying I'm not interested in it. Nah. Everybody loves a good story, and if it's right there, if you have all the information right there, if you have and obviously Hans are excellent narrators, so it's like it's like you're there. So it's no,
Guys,
absolutely.
like I said a couple of months ago, Tabo and the rest of his boot up crew are strengthening their relationships on the back of our secrets.
Absolutely. Like, that's a fact. Like, I saw someone in the comments of one of these videos who was like, actually, this has now taught me I shouldn't tell my secrets to my friends who are in relationships. Yes, you shouldn't. Don't do it. Otherwise,
so here's the thing. I think one of the things is you must trust what your person will disclose to their person. It won't be everything. I think there's things that I know Tabo during.
Or when you mention, hey, listen, dog, this needs to stay between us. Say it outright.
Yeah,
Then it's
not
like,
a
aye.
single soul.
Yes.
So I know there's things that if I tell Tabo, definitely they're not reaching pillow talk. But I know reasonably you expect some things which
She might get the spark notes fish.
you must just accept
She might just get the highlights of the ad.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was funny. So if you haven't seen it, just go. Again, if you're on Twitter, I'm pretty sure that you've seen at least one of the videos. Absolutely hilarious. And then what do we have here? Aphrodisiacs, Mr. Moy. What's going on? What are you cooking up in your lab?
No, I'm not cooking up anything, funny enough. But it was a conversation I was having with someone. It was actually a girl and we're just chatting, and she was like, I don't know how I'd feel if I found out that someone was using aphrodisiacs to, do the things with me. And by aphrodisiacs, we're talking about Viagra and all that kind of stuff. And then in my head, I'm just like,
Okay.
oh,
PEDs.
PEDs, yes. And then in my head, I'm just like, okay, well, that's obviously like pills and shit. That's like extreme. But generally, like when people have been together for a long time, especially for guys, I've heard that there's certain changes you can make to your diet to help facilitate things to go well in the bedroom, right? I remember I was talking to you, Tabo, last week, and I was like, my G, there's certain foods that can help with ezingizinto. You weren't aware of this.
No, I wasn't.
Admittedly, you were just like, okay, what's that now?
It's on the grocery list for this one. Don't worry.
So for guys who didn't know, I'm sure there's a lot of you. Maybe you're in relationships and you're worried with, but every day I'm living with a person, I might just lose the spark. How do I make sure things are going well? So ladies, this is where you
always ready for kickoff.
Yeah, this is where you mute the podcast or you fast forward for 5 minutes while we just talk to the gents. If you're a nosy woman,
no one is fun. They are like, right, I'm turning up the volume.
Right. So Mr. Maps, are you ready for the list of foods that apparently, if you add to your diet, they can help? Okay, so the first is chocolate. Did you know that?
Okay.
So chocolate.
Any chocolate, Cadbury, or does it have to be dark
chocolate will work best.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Hate the taste.
Yes, unfortunately, dark chocolate works.
Are there quantities to these things, or?
So the list I saw didn't have quantities, but it just said, I guess you eat what you would, I guess a reasonable person would eat if you're eating them as a snack. So if you buy like a...
just click. Kulo muntu ovusini ochone sidla dark. And you can't explain why. He's never been able to explain properly with Tilapa.
Tilapa khamba njani?
But anyway, all right, fair enough.
So the next is
dark chocolate.
This one I knew, I always suspected, but I'd always heard rumors. And uncles, they'll tell you, amazambane for our Zulu listeners in Ndebele, amazambane are peanuts. I know for you guys it's potatoes. So nuts. Apparently nuts. They help with the things. So
okay,
you have nuts and you're just eating them, you can chuck like a whole bunch. They help, get you. Okay. Next up we have. Okay, me and Tabo don't like this one, but it is what it is. It's avocado. Apparently it helps. Blah blah blah.
Vaseline, bro.
So yeah, now I have to eat avo just, for things. I'm sure we can do without.
Yeah, no, chocolates and nuts is enough.
Bananas, apparently the potassium in bananas helps.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, all right.
Strawberries. Apparently they help. I mentioned bananas already. Oh, you know what else helps, Tabo? And I know you don't like this one, but red wine.
Yeah, no. I'm SDA, I don't drink.
Okay, unfortunately. I'm Catholic. This is why Jesus turned water into wine. He knew.
Whoa, that's wild. Pause. What the hell, man?
What do you mean by that?
Aye. That's offside, man. Aye.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to offend anyone. My apologies. I am a very Catholic man. I just decided to throw the joke. But anyways, yeah. So red wine helps. Apparently, oysters. So when you go on a fancy date and you have a wine and oysters, just know whoever it is, I feel.
you.
Salmon is another one.
Okay.
And ginger is the other.
Spiritual ginger.
Yes. So there's a couple others, but I think those are the main ones. So, gentlemen, if you know that you're preparing for a big date and you think that you're going to win, maybe just throughout the day on a Friday at work, we're not just carrying dark chocolate and peanuts. And then on the date itself, you have some red wine. How? Thank me later.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it, Mr. Maps.
No. Siyabonga, the keys to success. Yeah, no. It's very important, this thing.